Welcome back to the Grand Solar Minimum channel. Today is Sunday, February 25th, 2018. Lots to go over tonight. Just going to try to get through as much as I can. Thanks for everyone for viewing tonight. Looking at our front page at grandsolarminimum.com, there's been a couple of videos that we have uploaded. The Mount Cinnabung, which is a couple days old. Siberian Express, which kind of briefly talks about the cold that we're getting ready to get in the UK. And of course a few articles from the Watchers, which I will kind of go over there as well and go over a few things. First of all, we'll go to our space weather update. Looking at the numbers last, KP indices are sitting at a 2. The 24-hour max is also at a 2. Last checked as well on the solar wind speed, it is declining now to a 396 kilometers per second with a density of about 6. And of course, no sunspots to report on right now as the sun remains blank. The SDO has not updated in a while, so AR 2699 has been long gone. Taking a look at any solar proton flux, it's been normal, if not low. So pretty quiet, and this also gives us now the 8th day without any sunspots. So 8th day in a row without sunspots on the year. I think the last time we reported on this, we were at 45% of the year so far, so I'm sure we're right close to half the year now with no sunspots. And let's take a look at one of our SDO. All right. See if we can find any coronal holes, and we do have one that is turning away. Now, NOAA forecasters are expecting minor disturbances, possibility of a G1 geomagnetic storm on the 26th through the 27th. So right now, NOAA forecasters are sitting at about 65% chance. So this coronal hole is a lot less wider than the one we previously went through. So not really expecting much over 500 kilometers per second. If at all. So not much to expect from that as far as geomagnetics go. Looking at the TSI, we're sitting at a 1361.206, and that was as of February 16th, 2018. So the trend has been since the long explosion of the CME that we had. We were just at 1360, and that CME has now hurled the TSI numbers, it seems, back into the 1361.1 to 0.2. So it's low, but just an interesting observation there. Go ahead and look at well, let's start over here first. Let's talk about the earthquake. Mari put out a brief video on the massive 7.5 earthquake in Papua New Guinea. Says here, very strong and shallow earthquake registered by the USGS as a 7.5 hit Papua New Guinea. That's today. It just happened not too long ago, about an hour or so. Population there are 670,000 people living within the area. Some 10,000 people are said to have felt severe shaking. 356,000 very strong, and 660,000 strong to moderate. 1.4 million felt moderate shaking. So very active region, 7.5. There are possible tsunami information. It's still early. We don't have all the info on it yet, but keeping our eyes on that as well right now. And also there was at about a 5.1 near Fukushima. Again, limited information is available on that, but we will keep you posted on that as well. And, you know, looking at also from the Watchers here, they're kind of reviewing everything that's happened within the past 24 hours. And You know, these are pictures that we normally see right around April and May. In fact, it feels like we went right out of winter straight into springtime weather pattern here, because not more than a week or so ago, we were talking about ice in the Louisville area in Kentucky. So as you see here, we got trees down. At least 3 people have died and several went missing on Saturday and Sunday, February 25th, 2018, as a multi-day severe weather event continues across the southern and central United States. This brings the total of the death toll from Tuesday to 6. So since February 20th, we've had 6 people officially confirmed have been have passed away from this storm. So this was the first tornado-related death since May 16th of 2017. It was a streak of 263 days without any fatalities from a tornado. The southern plains, lower and middle Tennessee, Mississippi, and Ohio Valley have seen a significant amount of rainfall over the last few days, and additional rainfall will continue. Now, we did a report yesterday on the flooding in this region as well, taking a look at our warnings and watches maps. As you can see, well up and down the Mississippi River, we are looking at flooding warnings still, as well as the Ohio River. Southeast, pardon me, southeast Indiana, still looking at heavy flooding, but a lot less flooding going on right now. As far as last night, it was this thing was lit up. We had winter warnings, we had high wind warnings. Oh, and by the way, just to report, the high wind warnings that we had in western New York were, in my opinion, were pretty mild. No power outages reported, no downed trees. So thankfully it wasn't as strong as they had once forecasted or had thought that it was going to be. So good to look at that. And we'll go over to the tropical tidbits, of course. Take a quick look and see if we've got any updated information for you right now. All I can say is that the pattern to me is not changed. It just continues to show low pressure system after low pressure system move through. And what's already been, here we go back to, this is Sunday moving out, moving into early next week. We're dry through Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Thursday we get a system, and then another one forms above it. So we got 2 low pressure systems there by March 1st. And then of course the pattern looks to be unstable. We have a mixture of rain and snow still hitting the northern plains of the United States. Meanwhile, in the Midwest, southern part of the United States and Northeast, will be dealing with plenty of precipitation. Right now, it's just going to be based on where this cold air is going to be going and coming in the next several days. But definitely March is looking like a very wet and stormy up and down pattern so far. So it's good to see that next week early we'll see a little bit of a dry pattern and help some of these areas that are flooded out really bad get a little bit of a break. But as you can see, early next week we will see another storm form in that region, in the same area that we've already seen too much rain already as it is. So these are monstrous systems, by the way. Be interesting to see how we roll into spring if the storms are already forming like this. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us tonight. We hope you like and share. Please go through our videos on our channel, take a look at our website. We have several links that we feel like are necessary for your research and how to get information about the grand solar minimum and how to keep a pulse on what's going on around the world. We'll talk soon.